Hi Cancer, welcome to your August 2017 AngelScope Love Focus. I'm Becky and I'm glad you're here today with me. Before we get started, I just want to talk about how we're going to do the reading. We're going to be working with 3 decks today. The first one is this one, Wheel of the Year Tarot. It's one of my favorites. It's quite a chatty deck with lots of beautiful colors and imagery. Then we'll be moving on to the Romance Angels Oracle Cards deck by Doreen Virtue. Also beautiful images and colors, quite rich. To crown the reading today, we will be working with Doreen Virtue's Messages from Your Angels. And you can see here the beautiful, beautiful decks, many angels here. And we'll see which one wants to have the last word today, which is only appropriate. All right, before we begin, let me say that we will be working with a 5-card spread, which I will explain as we go along. Now keep in mind that not all the messages will apply to you today, only because we are reading for so many Cancerians out there, and they're not all on the same life path. They haven't all made the same choices. They're not even born on the same day or the same time. So everyone is on their own path. And hopefully my goal is that the messages today will resonate with most of you. And maybe not all the messages will resonate, but maybe just here and there, a few things will ring true for you. So the best advice I can give you, whether it's in a general reading like today or a personal reading, is this. Take what you will and leave the rest. Take what you will and leave the rest. That's always wise. Now, who is the reading about today? The reading is about, of course it's about love, but it's about you and the other person that was foremost in your mind as you approach the reading today. Whoever that is, it doesn't have to be someone you're in relationship with. It does not have to be someone you're married to or someone, you're best friends with. It could be just an acquaintance, someone you met casually online, whatever it is. It's whoever is in the forefront of your mind when you approach the reading today. Now, if you do not have anyone that's in your mind or on your mind as you approach the reading today, then this reading is a look at the general energies of love as they encircle you in the month of August of 2017. Now remember everyone, it's always your choice whether you want to work with the energies that we have here today or whether you do not. And that is always your choice. You have free will. I've already created the sacred space, so let's get going on the reading. Angels, we are working with Cancerians now, and we are looking for the general situation between Cancer and the other person that they have come to the reading about today. Between Cancer, August 2017, the general situation around Cancer and the other person. Angels, how does the other person feel about Cancer? What are their true feelings about Cancer? About the Cancer person who I am reading for today. What are the true feelings about our Cancerian? How does Cancer feel about the other person? Okay, the obstacles and the final advice. Oh my word. And the overarching energy is the Chariot, and we'll get to that in a moment. Wow. I don't know if you do know anything about the Tarot, but I will say, Cancer, you have got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 out of 6 cards are all major arcana. So whatever we're going to look at today, it's almost, we could say it's a karmic situation. I would have to say this is a very, very, very strong connection, spiritual connection with this person. It may have to do with past life business together, past life interactions together, but it's not just casual. This is a very serious and very almost destined, we have to say. It's almost written in the Akashic records. It's that strong. This is not something frivolous and silly and superficial. This is a very deep and spiritually connected reading, you and this other person. Let's look at the cards. The first card we have today, the Tower. Next, the Wheel. Some say the Wheel of Fortune. The High Priestess. I like to look at this as the Oracle at Delphi, but it could be any oracle. The Eight of Pentacles. The Hierophant, or the High Priest. And at the bottom of the deck, the overarching energy today of this reading is the Chariot. Okay, let's get started, Cancer, and see what we have here. All right. In the first position, what is the general situation surrounding you and this other person? And you can see here, the general situation is the Tower. The Tower, what is that? Well, look at it. The situation surrounding you and this other person, it can be quite explosive. It can be life-changing as well, and not just in the negative, explosive way, but serious, life-changing relationship here that has the power to recreate itself in a new chapter for both people. I mean, as we see this lightning bolt coming from the sky and closing out the old chapter so that the new can grow in its place, rebuilt on maybe a firmer trunk, a firmer foundation. But nonetheless, it's the closing of one chapter, and I mean rapid fire. It can change on a dime. It's not something that gradually builds. This is a lightning strike. And in some way, I just heard it can be, in a way, maybe you've chosen, or they've chosen together, you've chosen this as some sort of destiny point, as a destiny point on your separate paths to come together. It could mean that the energy is explosive and that, you know, it's an on again, off again. Yes, it's yes, we're together. No, we're not. One of us is left. Yes, we're back together. No, it's exploded again and we're not. It could be combustible in that respect. But I'm hearing it karmic. Karmic has to do with a past life connection, unfinished business, something you may have promised to do before you came here in this lifetime, something you may have promised them that you would do, so a contract that you have made from a previous life, and maybe that needs to go. Maybe that contract needs to go because now it's time to form an association or a contract in this life. Maybe you need to set that burden down, or maybe they do. In position 2, this is how the other person sees you, Cancer. Look at this picture. It's so beautiful. We've got these beautiful sunflowers and the autumn leaves. We've got winter coming here. So we've got summer, fall, winter, and the cherry blossoms of spring. And these look like a lily of the valley, flowers blooming. Why? Why are there 4 seasons here? Because it represents the circular movement of human events. Circular movement on a spiritual level, on a physical plane, on the level of what goes around comes around. What you put out, it circles back. Some people call this the destiny card. Some people call it fate. Some people say that when the wheel is up, you're riding high in spring and summer, and then the wheel goes down, and maybe you're in autumn, and then you come around to a winter feeling. These are feeling tones, energy set points as you move through your life. But this is how the person sees you. I would have to say, because this pentacle is here in the center of the wheel, they see you as some sort of destined connection. Now, whether that connection is meant to go the distance, we don't know. We don't know, but they see you somehow as fate, as a fated occurrence, as destiny. Maybe I just heard their destiny. Now, how do you feel about this person? How do you feel about them? Well, you see them as the high priestess. It could be, of course, for a man. The genders don't matter here. The high priestess is number 2 in the major arcana. And you're looking at them and you're thinking, what are they thinking? I can't seem to penetrate that gaze. There's no emotion conveyed on her face. The emotions are hidden. Maybe the feelings are hidden. It's a stoic countenance. She's mysterious. It seems like that person's very mysterious. I don't know how to read them. I can't read them. They're not an open book to me. They have some sort of, maybe a secret. I don't know. I'm not sure. What are they reading? What do they know that I don't know? What are they keeping from me? It's confusing. I don't understand it. I can't see clearly. The moon is, they're very intuitive, but I don't know what I can't read them. They have just assumed this particular presence where I cannot read what they feel. But what they feel, Cancer, is they're feeling that somehow there's a fated or destined element to this particular soul connection with you. And you see them as quite mysterious, and I wouldn't be surprised if that didn't somehow excite you just a little bit. It piques your interest. Now, we asked, what is the obstacle in these two souls, yours and the other person's, coming together and some sort of a joining, whether it's actual marriage or some sort of union, spiritual union? And it would appear here the obstacles are exactly what we see. One or both of you are obsessed, number 1, with work. Your work has taken control of either your life, the other person's, or both persons involved in this thing. It's got you chained to the anvil, pounding out this horseshoe, pounding out the work. You are chained to the work, chained to the office, chained to, sometimes the wheel can mean travel, chained to traveling for work, chained to whatever it is that you do to acquire money, which represents basically stored energy. What are you doing to accumulate this? This is the obstacle. Everyone is focused on work. Everyone's focused on work. This may be what has caused a general disruption. Maybe someone has had to go somewhere else for their job. Maybe they've been given a promotion and they can't really look up and see the trees because they're too busy pounding out the work. And it's not fun. I mean, yes, he's focused on it. Yes, he's doing an excellent job, but he can't get away from that right now. He can't get away from that right now. The other obstacle, and I just heard it while I was talking, is this notion of, is this perfect? Is what I'm creating here perfect? It's not perfect enough. Can I do one that's better? Can I create another horseshoe that's even better than the one I've got here? Is it going to be worth the energy once I finish this? So another obstacle could be that either you, the other person, or both of you are wondering, well, is this the perfect person for me? Is this a perfect time to, I don't know. It's going to change my life if I choose this person and if we move forward, which appears to be part of our entwined destinies. It's hard to know. There are some things I still don't know. But nonetheless, it's both of these things going on here as obstacles. Now, what is the overall advice from Spirit? And we've been given this card, the Hierophant. The Hierophant is the high priest. You can see here he's on his, almost like a throne with this mysterious writing here. He has got one of his congregants kneeling before him, perhaps to receive a blessing. Now, this card can refer to contracts of marriage, of institutionalized things, such as marriage, that has to go through some sort of formal process before it's sanctified, before it becomes official, before it's recognized by any kind of legal and religious authority. And the advice is, do not become embedded in doctrine to the point that you're relying on some sort of institution or some sort of standardized way to proceed. The advice is, go within. Go within. Go within to find your way. There is divine guidance, and the Chariot is movement. It's movement, but it's also control. He has control of two beautiful horses, and one could go this way, one could go that way, and he's only holding them with one hand. He is receiving guidance on the path to travel. This is also another travel card. This is also a travel card, as we said. So the advice here is simply go within, seek the answers there. It's up to you whether you want to formalize what may be a union that's somewhat destiny, or maybe you'll decide I'm starting a new chapter. I'm not going to formalize this. I'm going to go my own way and build again and start anew. Minimize devotion to other things besides, and I just heard running away from thinking about the situation, kind of occupying yourself to sort of distract your mind, when what you really need to be doing is going within, thinking about how you want to proceed. Do I want to formalize this union or do I not? This is really, really quite a powerful reading, Cancer. And I can understand your confusion, maybe your consternation on making that decision. But you're going to have to face it. You're going to have to actually look it squarely in the eye and make that decision. And Romance Angels, what can we tell Cancer today to help them on this path in August? There are eclipses coming with the great energy available to us. What can we show Cancer that, oh my goodness, I think another sign got this card, and I have shuffled these cards a lot. We have wedding, and that is indeed, ladies and gentlemen, what the Hierophant represents: a contracted marriage, legalized and signed off on the dotted line. A wedding, and this situation involves marriage. It could be that someone was married before and they're a little, and they left that marriage, and now here it comes again. They don't know what to do. It could involve some thinking about that, but it does involve marriage, Cancer. Angels, what is the final word on the reading today that we can offer to Cancer about this particular reading? It's been very intense and we'd like some help. There it is. It's Vanessa. Oh my gosh. You cannot make this up. Ladies and gentlemen, look at this. Vanessa, the angel Vanessa, she says, to make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose? Which way takes me away from it? What did we say? I'm getting chills right now. What did we say about the Chariot? Do I go left? Do I go right? I have the reins in my hand for both directions. I can go either way. So the angel says, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose? Divinity here. And which way takes me away from it? That's up to you, Cancer, and that is your reading for August of 2017. Best wishes in that. I want to thank you for reading with me today. It was a great honor. I hope this serves you in some way along your path. And at this point, I want to thank you for being here. I wish you peace and richest blessings and love so great that it is beyond your wildest dreams. And so it is.